Define the role.
Needs analysis and values pyramid.
So far in Define the Role, you've learned how to create a hate-to-do list and an employee wish list.
Remember that we've created these tools to bring more clarity to the hiring process so that you can dramatically reduce your chances of making a bad hire.
This will save you a lot of time, energy, and cash.
Today, we'll take things just one step further by creating your needs analysis and your values pyramid.
Last time, our fictional CEO had identified the 7 core traits he wanted in his next hire. Someone who is organized, supportive, a problem solver, creative, optimistic, customer-facing, and structured. We're starting to see a candidate come into focus, but we still have a very real challenge. It's not hard to imagine 2 very different people depending on which priorities are most important. An organized problem solver who can build structure could be an entirely different person than someone whose primary attributes are their customer service skills and creativity. So at this point, we're ready to conduct a needs analysis.
To distinguish the difference between values of need and want, think about those 3 to 5 foundational qualities that are non-negotiable characteristics.
Not 10, 3 to 5 non-negotiables. A simple clarifying question like, what does my business need versus what skills would I like to see can reveal quite a lot.
Going back to your hate-to-do list is not a bad idea at this point either,
since there's a good chance that you could see some overlap between the 2 lists you've created. Needs values are essential and the fundamental building blocks to get you to the next level of your organization. If wants values are the icing, needs values are the cake. Dick clearly desires some organizational skills for his executive assistant, since he separates problem solver, supportive, organized, and structured as his needs values.
Optimism, creativity, and someone who is customer-facing would also be great to have, but notice that he hasn't made these qualities essential.
While I'm sure he values these traits, it sounds like he really needs someone to come in and run a tight ship. Now that we've separated our wants and needs, we can create a values pyramid, which will act as a sorting mechanism. The pyramid requires you to further prioritize what's most important to you in your next hire.
Think of your needs value at the bottom of the pyramid as your cornerstone, the foundation for all the rest.
It's really the one thing you need above all else, and each subsequent value should support the one that preceded it.
Notice in our example that Dick has chosen problem solver as his cornerstone value. Think of how much clearer the rest of his hiring process will be now that he knows what he really wants is a problem solver above all else.
Imagine doing an interview knowing that the candidate across the table must be a problem solver or they're not the right fit. 10 values just wouldn't have brought that clarity. This sorting mechanism is a time saver on the process. Reflecting on your true needs takes time, but when reviewing resumes, you now focus on candidates that meet your core needs, which saves time.
This gives you permission to discard all other great resumes that would have distracted you.
We've just simplified the screening process, and the values pyramid just became a handy guide for sorting candidates through the interview process.
Not a problem solver? Then you're out, no matter how flashy your resume or stylish your pocket square.
This clarity allows you to cut through the courtship display of the interview process.
Yes, candidates will charm you if you let them.
Why, I do declare.
Remember that a lot of times, candidates just want a job, whether they're right for the position or not.
It's your job to be the gatekeeper of your needs.
These materials have now equipped you with a handy tool to reflect on.
And you're less likely to be wooed by the bright feathers of the candidate mating dance.
One last question we know might be going through your mind.
Do we really need to get this granular? We're belaboring the importance of finding your core 3 to 5 needs because this is where we see most employers go wrong.
You will not set yourself nor your future employee up for success by having unrealistic expectations and undefined desires.
To use another mixed metaphor, don't hire a decathlete if you need a sprinter. Salespeople are good at selling, accountants at accounting, managers at managing.
If someone sounds too good to be true,
they probably are.
They probably are.
It's tempting to hire someone that says they can do it all.
But if they can do it all,
why wouldn't they be working for themselves?
Why wouldn't they be working for themselves?
Let our expertise help you avoid this trap, because you'll be sorely disappointed with the performance of your jack of all trades 3 months after they've been hired. Match the personal qualities of your talent to the role you need filled. It's that simple, now that you know the steps.